Happy New Year, guys! My name is Sharia. This is the Sharia Mag channel where I am documenting my six-figure debt-free journey as an entrepreneurial licensed clinical social worker as a family of 7. It is my husband and I together. We have a combined income of about $115,000. We have 2 adult children, 2 seniors in high school, and 1 fifth grader. And we hope the plan is to be out of this debt in 3 to 5 years. And I am tracking that journey with you guys here. I do monthly budgets, weekly budgets, and debt updates at the end of every month. Because I am an entrepreneur, I do also share my monthly income as an entrepreneurial licensed clinical social worker also at the end of the month. And if that is something that you would be interested in, be sure to follow me here. I know I've already come to you in the new year with a couple of uploads, but this is my 2024 budget template setup video, and I'm excited. So I did order a new budget template. It is from the same creator of the budget template that I've been using. Actually, I had a problem with the previous one. I went in and I reached out to her based on the Read Me page, and she had let me know that that was an outdated template. They had upgraded it since the creator that I got it from was giving it away for free, which is why I have given it away for free. And she sent me, or I was able to see some of her new ones, and I liked those better. And because I am not playing about my 2024 goal, if you watch my 2024 financial goals, you know that I have a goal to eliminate $30,000 worth of debt. And I felt like this template would hold me all the way accountable. And so I actually have already set it up, but I want to walk you through my setup. So today's video is setting up my 2024 budget, and we will get right into it. This is the template that I purchased from the creator of the original template that I was using when I started my debt-free journey in October. And for whatever reason, I was in like the Read Me page of that template, and I saw that this template has been we've been made aware that this template has been given away for free by a TikTok creator, which is where I got it from, unless there was more than one, and that there was an upgraded version. And so I went to her Etsy page, I looked at the information, and then I decided to go ahead and purchase it. So, when you download it, this is what the first page looks like. It does have upgrades and add-ons, and this is the first add-on that I have purchased. I do want to go back in and add the net worth tracker as well, because I am tracking all of that. I have a habit of starting something and going all in and then losing interest, because now I'm overwhelmed and overstimulated by all of the things that I did initially going in. So I'm trying to pace myself. I'm really proud of myself for being back on this debt-free journey for 4 months. I feel like once I get the credit card debt paid off, I'm going to lose interest. And that's because that has been my pattern of behavior before. But before, my husband was not on board, and now he is. And he is very excited about the fact that we could be completely debt-free, mortgage and all, in 5 years or less. So I feel like he will hold me accountable. He'll be my strength when I'm weak, and I will be his strength when he is weak. So this is the first page, and then you go in and it gives you instructions. And if you ever have any issues with the template, you can update the template. It is automatically like free. But see, that when I was on my old template, there was no update because the template had been given away for free. So it was like basically discontinued. So you go here where you start. And like I said, I've already done it, but the categories are income, savings, bills, expenses, and debt. So I have listed all of the income, and because we get paid weekly, we have checks 1 through 4, and sometimes it'll be 5, and I probably need to add that. And then we have our savings accounts. I did share my savings goal for 2024 with a savings goal of $10,000. And those were like the main savings. Now, of course, there are some additional savings like my daughter's college fund that we will just always contribute to, but it doesn't have a savings goal. And then we will need a new roof soon. We're trying to hold off as much as possible because we are on our debt-free journey. But anytime there is some extra income, we will want to throw or allocate some of that to the roof. Then I have all my monthly bills. The goal is not to add any new monthly bills. And then we have all of our expense categories. And then we have all of our debt. So you enter that in, and then you go down to your savings and your sinking funds, and these are our savings accounts that we are saving in. And then we go down further and we have our debt planner. This even gives you the option to do debt snowball. It also gives you the debt avalanche. And I'm not sure if I went into detail on my 2024 goals, but we will be switching from the snowball method to the avalanche method after we get out of credit card debt. And the credit cards that we have remaining do have 0 interest, but there is time limited. So that's why paying off these credit cards is still the priority, even though we have debts with higher interest rates like the HELOC, which is at 7.74, I think, and then the Honda, which is at 8.4%. So once we get the credit cards out the way, and you can see over here, I even made notes like for my PayPal, I need to pay $251.17 by February 19th to avoid interest accruing on those special finance purchases. I also will do the same for my husband's. And then the 2 cards that we did balance transfers on, the interest will begin May 1st. This is the Target debt that we're working on now. It's the Barclays Carnival card. And then for the next balance transfer card, the Citi card, we did a balance transfer on that, and that will accrue in July at 29.99%. So, and then from here, it sets up a debt tab, and we will get into that as we go through. So then here we are able to log every transaction. So I do make a habit of going through and doing this every day at the beginning of every day to make sure that there is a accurate reflection on our budgets. And so I do log these transactions or the previous day's transactions at the beginning of every day. When I log into work at 9:30 or about 9:15, I actually come over here and log our transactions as well. And then it also, the next tab is the calendar, and the calendar does allow you to put all, you list, obviously, you change the month, and there is the option to go through all 12 months. You can make a copy of the calendar if you want to do that, but because I have the year overview, I'm just going to change the calendar from month to month. I'm not going to keep a copy of it. And then you list all your paydays, and they're reflected accurately on the calendar. You list all your bills, and they are reflected accurately on the calendar. And I need to go in and mark some of these off because this has been paid, this has been paid, that's been paid, that has been paid. Okay. And then again, your bills and your debt. And then if there's any extra expenses like Mother's Day or birthdays, you would add those here for the month. So we didn't have any of those for January. February, my bonus son will be turning 18. And then Valentine's Day, my husband and I do buy our kids gifts for Valentine's Day. And we're not going to stop that because we are on a debt-free journey. We will just be more mindful or budget that expense into our budget. Include that expense into our budget. So then Now, I did make copies of these, and I will continue to make copies of these for every single month. So this is budget number 1, and this is for the monthly view. And so I made a copy, and I created January. And then this is budget number 2, and this is for the weekly or bi-weekly paycheck. And so you can go in, if you go to budget number 1, you can change the dates. So this may be for, January 1st to January 31st. And then when you enter all of these transactions, it will go in based on what you entered on the start date. It will enter every expense. It will translate every expense over to this calendar. So love that. And that's actually what happened for January's budget calendar or budget. And then for budget number 2, you would go in and say you do January 1st to January 8th. It will include the bills that are due during that time frame based on what you put on the start page. So love that about this budget. And so what I do is I make a copy of the original budget for the monthly budget, and then I make a copy of budget number 2 for the weekly budgets, and then I go in and I just change the dates based on the pay period. So that is what goes there. So then we go over to savings, because we're not going to go into the actual budgets. Those will be separate videos. And based on what I put on the start tab, when it comes to savings, it will be reflected on the savings tab. So, the total goal is what I think I said I wanted to save for this month. And then the total start is how much I have saved for this month. And then the total saved is for the month. And then the total left is how much we have left for the next couple, for the year. So in my HSA, I think I said I wanted, so the goal is here. The goal date is December 31st, 2024. The goal is to save $2,500. I left the start at 0. And so far I have saved $150, and I need to save $2,350 for the rest of the month. And it says my monthly contribution is $227.27, and I have 11 months remaining. I wish it told me if I was going to meet the goal or not, in case I needed to bump up the savings contributions, but I'm not sure if we would even be able, even if it told us that, I don't know if we would be able to allot any extra towards savings. And then, so down here, Will Savings, same goal, $2,500. He has a monthly contribution of $200. The only reason my contribution is more is because I do take $75 automatically from my part-time job and that is automatically put into my high yield savings account. And then for M1 Finance, same thing, $20 per month. And so far, it says I haven't contributed anything, but that's not true, because I did not log that I had an M1 contribution, or maybe I just haven't had another one yet. I don't know. But it should have reflected on my savings. And I like this a lot. So, then we go over to debt, and this is the tab I spend the most time on. So you see all of our debts are over here. And that again is reflected from the start page. And so all of the debts are over here. They should be in order because we're doing the debt snowball. When I change this to the debt avalanche, and I probably will, I don't know what it does if I change the month, but I probably will make duplicate tabs just to make sure I can track my progress. So when I put everything in, I think I started this year at 296, I want to say, and now we are at 295,022.29, and it does the math, the calculations automatically anytime I log a debt payment. So as you can see, it says I'll be debt free in 70 months. And then it has every single debt and the time that it should be paid off based on the calculations that are here, going all the way to November 2029 with the mortgage being paid off. So when we switch from the debt avalanche method, from the debt snowball method to the debt avalanche method, obviously my Honda will show up first, behind the next credit card, behind the last credit card. But as of right now, it has us out of credit card debt by June of 2024. The goal is to knock that out sooner. But we've had, Murphy has definitely showed up around here. And so there's just been one thing after the next with being able to put more money on the credit cards. So we did pay off this one, and the Hilton card is, my kids are authorized users on this card. So a lot of these charges are their responsibility. It has us paying the PayPal cards off next, but we're not doing that because we're only paying the interest accruing balances, and we are attributing everything else to the other debts that have interest accruing. Although the other cards that we have at this point are not accruing interest because of the 0% balance transfer, but everything extra is going to eliminate these two balance transfer cards. So, and then like I said, once we do that, we will switch to the avalanche method and we will have a different target. And then this last sheet, I don't necessarily use this last sheet, but it's a priority worksheet. And I guess it helps to analyze your expenses to see what you're spending on that may or may not be a priority. That could, because over here it's, it wants you to prioritize very important, I absolutely cannot live without, somewhat important, neutral, less important, not important. And so that this could really help you, organize your finances even more and cut out what is non-essential. But I feel like I already did that when I decided that we were going to get on this debt-free journey. So I don't necessarily use this worksheet. And then, as the months go on, like for week 1, I can hide this sheet so that there are not 50 million tabs over here, but use the view menu to unhide. And then if I want to see the sheet back, then I just go up to the view menu and unhide it. So this is my template to keep me all the way together and on track for the year of 2024. I am very confident that I am going to accomplish my goal. I actually found my dream home in the dream location, and I'm getting ready to create a vision board that I can put over this because I do spend a lot of time in my office, and so I need something that will keep me accountable. I am also getting ready to make that house because that is my goal. I don't necessarily want a big house just to say I have a big house, but I do want a house that has everything in it that would make me enjoy being there. And so that is my goal for getting out of debt, being in my dream home and being able to own my time. I love spending time with my mom, my grandmother, my kids, especially now that they're getting older and they're going out into the world. I want the luxury to go out into the world where they are and spend time with them and my grandkids as they come. And I don't want work to be in the way. While I will always probably have some type of income, I don't want to keep hustling. I know I'm young. I hear it all the time. Girl, you only 41. That is true, but I have been working since 15. And I feel like had I known all of this sooner, I would be in a much better place today. But then again, I've gotten out of debt 3 times. Technically, like 3 times. But it was only credit card and consumer debt. I never, at the end of those previous journeys, I was just getting introduced to the FIRE community, and it just seemed so unattainable to me, coming from a generation or generations and a culture, a family who feels like you have to work, who feels like you have to go to college or had to go to college to succeed. It just seemed like that did not apply to me, was not attainable for me. And now that I am in this, much more in this community, and I consume a lot of financial literacy content, I do absolutely feel like it is attainable to me. And now that I've gotten my husband on board, it seems even more attainable for the both of us. So 5 years seems like a long time, but I got out of my first debt-free journey was 5 years ago. I think I started in 2015. I completely got out of credit card and card debt in 2017. So 2 years working hella jobs, and then I got sick with my autoimmune disease and ended up in the same situation, but much more aware of what I was doing. At first I was just swiping and not really aware, but the second time I was aware, and I was much more conscious of what I was doing, but I was still doing it. So to be where I am today, you learn better, and so you do better. And as I entered era 40, I don't know, it's just a new confidence that I can really do and have what I want to do and have. And I feel like because I'm in that mindset that I will be much more successful on this long journey. But I also recognize, I'm also very aware of some of the habits that got me here, and it's going to take a lot of intentionality to unlearn those habits and learn new habits. It's not impossible. Difficult does not mean impossible, but difficult does mean difficult. So thank you for watching through my budget setup. I hope that you guys are just as excited as I am to follow me along this journey. This is what my budget videos and templates, and even my debt dashboard or my debt confession updates, they will all come from this template, and I'm so excited. I have been using it now. I purchased it at the end of November. I actually set it up at the end of December, and I should have recorded then, but I felt like it was going to take me so long, and I didn't want a long video. And I have loved it ever since, especially like logging the transactions and just seeing the automatic computations and everything. I love this template the most, the debt template, because it gives me it keeps me accountable on exactly what I need to be accomplishing. But thank you so much for following along my 2024 budget template with me. Again, if you want to purchase this template, I will link the Etsy shop down in the discussion board. Please let her know I sent you. Maybe she'll reach out and try to give me a little coins that can go towards this, go towards my debt-free journey. But even if not, I feel like this was amazing. I'm sure there are other budget templates out there available, and until I saw this one, I absolutely loved mine. I'm on the fence. I keep saying I'm going to sell my budget template that included the debt dashboard, but I feel like I'm sliding the original creator, and I don't know if that sits well with me morally. Especially as a business owner myself. I know other people do it, but when it's time for my judgment, I can't say, well, such and such and such was doing it, because I still knew better. Regardless of if everybody else was doing it, I still knew better. So I feel like I will probably just give that one away for free as well. I'm still praying about it and waiting for the answer. So that is the hold up. It's not that I don't want to sell it or that I don't want to set up the stand store or anything like that. Just want to make sure I'm doing the right thing, because I believe in putting out good energy so that that good energy can continue to come back to my kids, my grandkids, my grandkids' kids, my grandkids' kids, grandkids. I want to do the right thing. So, but I will definitely link this one down in the discussion box. And if you have any issues, you have any questions about anything that I shared in today's video, do not hesitate to reach out. Thank you so very much for watching. And if you have watched thus far, put a yoo-hoo down in the comment section, or, you know, you got this, or even share what are your 2024 goals and how you are holding yourself accountable. If I can help with that. I'm actually thinking of starting like an accountability group, but I don't really have the time. So I just be talking sometimes. But anyway, you guys, I thank you so very much for watching. I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye for now.